Hey friends, Justin with the Boyd team. Number one, I wanted to thank all of you for coming out to our water park event a couple of weeks ago. That was something that it seemed like a lot of people really enjoyed, and so look next year for us to repeat that. Number two, wanted to let you guys know that we are about to send out invitations to our annual Pumpkin Patch event. That will be in the first week of October, so keep a look on your mailboxes for that to come. Today, I wanted to take a quick second and talk about the market that we're in. A lot of things have changed over the course of the last couple of weeks, and I want to make sure that that information is in front of you so that we know how to react to that. And the word I want you to remember today is normal. What is normal? And that's what I think that we're returning to. And so what I've laid out up here is kind of a comparison of what the markets looked like in 2008 when we had the housing crisis, through the normal part of the market that was really 2015 through 2019, and then what we've seen over the last 2 years, which has in all aspects been completely abnormal, from the real estate market all the way to the fact that our kids didn't even go to school. So that a lot of things going on there, but I wanted to put that in front of you numbers wise. And so we'll start with the inventory because that's a big conversation there. And when you look at 2008 through 2011, we averaged between 7,000 and 8,000 homes on the market at one time. Because of the way houses were selling, that equaled about 10 months of inventory on the market. Now, 2015 through 2019, that is what I would consider normal. It was a market where things appreciated at about 6 to 7% every year. It was a market that buyers could keep up, but it was also a market where sellers were making good money. And so we had 4,000 to 5,000 homes on the market at one time on average, which made to about 3 to 4 months of inventory. That is a regular seller's market, just a normal, it's a little bit faster paced. Houses sold 50 to 60 days. But still, it was a market that buyers had a chance to go look, think about it, maybe put their house on the market. You could do things all at the same time. What we've seen over the last 2 years has been a sprint for everybody. 2020 through 2021, we had at times under 1,000 homes on the market. We averaged somewhere between 1,000 and 1,500 homes on the market. Again, coming from 4,000 to 1,000, that's a huge drop. And what that meant for us was that we had under a month of inventory and houses sold on average in about 20 days. We sat at 52, 53 days on market for 4 years, right around from 2015 through 2019. And then all of a sudden we dropped to 20. So it just cut in half just like that. Today, what we're looking at, we are seeing a rise in inventory. More houses are coming on the market. So we are at about 2,500 homes on the market. Again, coming from 1,000. So you may see a headline out there that says housing inventory has doubled since 2021. And that would be an accurate statement. But when you have the context knowing that we were at 4,000 to 5,000 back 2015, 2019, 2,500 is still a low number. So keep that in perspective if you hear headlines like that. Right now we're running about 2 months of inventory. I think it's 2.2 months of inventory. And houses are still selling around 18 days on market. Now, in the last 6 weeks, I would say that that number is starting to change. And I would anticipate that that number is going to start going up. And we will likely, by the end of the year, probably see that in the 30 to 40 range, would be my guess. Now, part of what is happening with all of this is interest rates. Now, this is, again, to put this in perspective. When I bought my first house in 2007, my interest rate was 6.375. We thought we got a great rate. We were excited about that. What we saw 2015 through 2019 was an average rate of between 4 and 5%. That was a pretty normal rate. Now, again, abnormal, what we saw between 2020 and 2021 was between a 2 and a 3% rate. We are probably never going to see that again. And so if you're waiting for rates to come down again, that's probably not going to happen. That was a once in a lifetime kind of thing. This is where we're going back to, that 4 to 5%. Right now, we're sitting around that 5% rate, and that is generally where I think that we will probably land over the course of the next 3 or 4 years. It may tick up a little bit higher over the course of the next few months, and then it'll probably tick back down, and then it'll probably shoot between that 5 and 6% range, which will be very normal for the last 20 years. So, all that today to say, if you hear headlines that are trying to scare you about the housing market, just know that we are returning to normal. We may see inventory double, but it needs to double again in order to reach levels where it was at in 2015. Interest rates, They're coming back into the normal. The last 50 years, the average is 7%. We're only at 5% now. So we are coming into normal numbers. Days on market, that's the good news for buyers. As these homes sit on the market a little bit longer, you do have a little bit longer to make a decision. I still wouldn't sit there for a long time because somebody else may come in and make a decision quickly. But you've got another chance to think about it. Whereas over the last couple of years, you had to make a decision that day, you had to make an offer, over asking price, all that kind of stuff. And so those are the pieces of good news that we have that you will probably see the market slowing down just a little bit. So any questions about this? I love to talk about this topic. This is something I teach in my market center. It's something that I study almost every day. So I do have a lot of perspective and numbers on this. Would love to chat if you have any other questions about it. If you have a question specifically about your home, would love to come over and take a look and see what we can get for it in today's market. A lot of people are surprised because of how much everything's appreciated. And so would love to chat with you about that. Give us a call. Would love to talk anytime. And again, be checking your mailboxes over the course of the next couple of weeks for that invite, and hope to see a lot of you this fall. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.